So today's game, we're going to be playing Space Quest 1, featuring the Compaq Portable. I'm going to be playing the game through the Sony Trinitron PVM 9L1. I need to find a spot to put the keyboard. Well, I can just always pull it out. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Move the keyboard out of the way so you guys can see the loading sequence. I'll turn the light on too, so it will also reduce the glare. I know it's going to help it out with an LED light. I know the ICLs do a fantastic job with that. And just in case if I have to turn my light off or something like that, at least I can have this little light on right here. I use this light for basically anything. Video recordings, working on my dad's car. I'm still working on his car because apparently the EGR line stopped working, and I'm attempting to remove that stupid piece of junk from a bolt that's stuck on the exhaust manifold. Yeah, let's see, the time and date is correct, so let's go ahead and switch the modes here. I think it's, here we go. You guys can see it on this monitor, the current time and date, and just so you know, there'll be flashing lights, so I'll be covering this real quick, so that way it doesn't glare on you. And I wish I can actually get the focus to work on this monitor. It only works if I have it set like a specific space here. Let's go ahead and move it back just a teensy bit more. I have to turn the light on so I can get a better focus, because sometimes the camera's focus is a little bit off. Like I said, it will contain flashing lights, so just to be aware, if you have a history of epilepsy or seizures, don't watch the stream. I completely forgot to warn you guys in the beginning. Let's go ahead and turn the light off again. Let's go ahead and reduce the light that's in here. It's still out of focus. I really need to get a capture device for this thing. I'm actually getting a couple of things in the mail soon. One of which is the a Paradise PEGA card, and I want to get a few other things from trying to think of the company, digikey.com. There we go. All the components I'm going to be making a small little logic board that'll connect to the EGA card, so that way I can hook up the CRT monitor here as the internally by using a set of diodes, a logic board, some wire, and a pin header, along with plastic standoffs to hold the board into a secure area. So that way the board doesn't touch anything, like any metal wise. And apparently the focus is a little bit off on the phone again. So let's get to it. Oops. Put the keyboard right next to my phone line, alright? And of course, when you do that, it moves the. Trying to get this thing into play here. There we go. CD games backslash. Sorry, I gotta get used to the keyboard layout. So crank up the stereo. This is through the ad lib. The sound card. I'll just set this down here real quick. If where I got all these, where I got this game, I got it from GOG.com. That's where you can source a few games here and there. It just depends on the situation, and they're all DMA. Um, they don't contain like the copyright stuff. Like for example, you have to like set up like the manual saying like who's who, and like for example, Police Quest 2. But actually, I think they still require that, but they do have like the manuals and everything as PDF files, especially like the answers to all the questions. Like in one game, the Colonel's Bequest is one of them. That one contains the answers in a PDF file format, which is rather unfortunate. I would like to build a basic file one day with all the answers, so that way I can like start typing like whose fingerprint is it, and then gotta readjust my. There we go. And of course the focus is out of whack again. Let's see if I put my hand over the camera here. We have focus it. The focus on this camera is a little bit shoddy sometimes. In fact, I haven't played Space Quest 1 in so long. And like I said, I would like to get something to make it where it'll be a lot more easier for me to stream all my games online, such as this, on from my laptop to Twitch using OBS. Unfortunately, my laptop is completely shot, so I gotta go fix it. I believe I go to the right. The left. I always forget. One thing I like about having this computer, is it's fun to play and everything. I fun to work with. I've never actually worked on an 8088 before. It's actually my first time working on one. And this is in composite mode. I think this is the CGA graphics, but I was gonna say CGA graphics, but I don't think that sounds right. Let's see here. Which way do I go? I always forget. I haven't played this game in so long, and one thing I hate about this keyboard, I'll show it to you guys real quick here. This particular keyboard, all the arrow keys are in the numlock pad. I hate that. It was common for the XT computers. It wasn't until the IBM PCAT, I believe it was a Model M keyboard, circa 1984, 1987. 1987. When the IBM PS2 models came out, that's when. Let's see here. How the heck did I play this game? I always forget. Let's see. Look around. Due to your low security level, you had never had access to this room. I have to go I always forget where I need to go in this game. Do I go in the elevator shaft, or do I just go somewhere else? Do I go somewhere? I always forget how to. I haven't played this game in, I'd say, about a year or so. It's the last time I played it. I'm sorry, it's been a year and a half. I do play it occasionally. I did play it occasionally in my 486 until something went out. Let's see, look at screen. Look at screen. I didn't type that right. Title not available. Let's see, I think that's F3. Let's see. Let's take a look at the commands here retypes the last line types. Okay, so basically like the command prompt. Oops, escape. There we go. Look at screen. ASTRIE. Alright, I haven't played this game in a while. I always forget. Actually, I watched the YouTube walkthrough of how to play this game a long time ago. The one thing I need to do is figure out which title it is for this particular cartridge I need to type in here. So that way I can figure out how to refix figure out how to, let's see here. Is there a pause button on this thing? There's probably a pause button somewhere in here. File, save, object, inventory, pause. Okay, so pause is ask. Sorry if my voice is a little bit jumpy there. And for the video being so jumpy, I haven't done Let's Play a specific game before for on Twitch. Actually, my first time. I'm trying to get up with my really tired foot. Oh man, my left leg is killing me. Oh, I got my POS laptop charger.
At an indoor amusement park. Indoor.
I'm not going to have a lot of viewers on this channel, unfortunately. But I always like to do Twitch, and I've probably been doing like way too much on Twitch these days. There's one guy that I watch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes it just depends on my day, like how my day is and everything. Especially my work schedule. It's a hassle sometimes, folks. But I'm still alive. I'm thankful that I'd be here still. So, next time I turn up the pressure. There we go. I mean, the color on the seat on the composite's a little bit off. I think that's normal for composite monitors. I know Tandy's computers were always 16 colors. Sorry, push back brake. since my laptop is firing up, why don't I talk about the Space Quest game? Sierra Online started doing computer games since, I'd say, the early computer days. Um, since the 1980s. The first one they did, I'm sorry, I need to figure out which first Sierra game they did. I know they did a Disney game back then. Um, but let's see here. It was John and no, not John. I forget their names now. Roberta Williams and I think it's John Williams or in any event, they are the founders, or were the founders, of Sierra Online back in the 1980s. The first game that Roberta Williams wrote herself back in the 1980s was, I think, like I said, was a Disney adventure game of some sort. Of course, text and color and graphics back in the day. Actually, I think she did a text-based version game back in the day because back then video cards didn't have the power to do graphics. It wasn't until I think MTA was the first. Actually, I'm not even sure if MTA was the first one to do that. I know for a fact that the first computer that had that was the stellar back then. Let's see here. King's Quest 1 was the one that Roberta Williams wrote back in the day, in the 1980s. Of course, it was written for two different systems back then. It was the IBM PC and the Tandy computer. I think it was also edibles. Like this Compaq, for example. That's one of the main things that Sierra did right with. They made games for just only IBM and TD compatibles. I don't even know if they made any games for other systems. Computer systems like the Coleco Atom and a few others like Commodore, Amiga. I think they made something. I think they made games for Apple, but I digress. I think they made games for Apple. I just can't recall the exact ones there. My games were so freaking uncomfortable. I'm sure you guys saw that or not. But now I just have to wait for my laptop to actually fully turn on. For those who are just tuning in, it is let's play a game series. It's Let's Play Space Quest 1 featuring my Compaq Portable 1. So the system itself, it's working fine. But sometimes if I run something like a game or something like that, if I try to restart it by pressing the Control Alt Delete, it acts a little bit funky until I remove the card and reseat it. Then it starts to work again. I think I need to recap the motherboard, but I'm not entirely sure if it has something to do with the capacitors on the motherboard. But it wouldn't hurt to do that. But It's probably the video card too. That's the reason why I ordered an EGA card, so I can um, make a little adapter that plugs that solders the wires directly to the video card. My gosh, yeah, the video card, the EGA header to the monitor itself. I'm not sure if it's going to support the dual mode. Be a little amazed if it does, but wonders never cease. And right now I'm just waiting for my crap top to actually turn on. It decides to not install updates for some reason. I think it's because Microsoft was having issues with a certain update recently. I'm not entirely sure, but there were a lot of reports saying that one of the updates was having issues. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. I just have to readjust. There we go. Unfortunately, I have no way to fix that issue with my phone where it just keeps losing focus. I think the only time it gets better focus when I push the right thing here. There we go. Not sure if that's going to do anything or not, but I was going to turn that light off again. Yeah, it's just a little bit jumpy. I gotta figure out how to fix the focus on this thing. Unfortunately, I can't even zoom in on here either. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with it, but if I put my hand right above it, sometimes the focus will fix itself. But I'm not gonna do that right now. So, this is in color mode. This is the composite. I'm not sure if that's actually CGA graphics color or if it's like the 16 colors that we would get on the composite mode. But it doesn't look that bad. There's one game in particular that's the exact opposite. Codename Iceman. I tried playing that in the with the CGA mode, and it just wasn't working right. It does show a picture, but it's only black and white. That's all I can say. Early SCI games like this game here were actually a lot more. I'm not sure if it's called SCI or AGI. I know AGI is probably like the more advanced one or the newer version. I think it's SCI. Yeah, it's SCI. Where just you only use like the keyboard to navigate or the joystick to navigate or something else along those lines, like a keyboard, a mouse to navigate or click. Think about adding a joystick to this computer. I'm not sure which one I should add on here. Think about adding one that has a throttle and everything, but I think the one I can probably get for this computer is the one that only has one button. And it has to be the 15-pin joystick. The sound card I have installed is a Sound Blaster 2.0 CT1350B with the CMS upgrade chip is installed. The two Philips SAA 1099s and the GAL, which is basically the chip that tells tells the card to play certain tones, specific tones, excuse me. And of course, my laptop takes an hour and a half to undo changes for the quote unquote updates that it installs. Anyway, figure out the lighting situation here. Should probably get a better camera for this too. We should probably restart the game anyways, because I forget what what the hell he said. That's right. Forgot the function keys work. On the plus side, the function keys work on this computer. Thanks to a lot of people for helping me. Well, I just want to thank the 8-bit guy for the video of how to replace his keyboard restoration, as well as B Bishop Microm. I think that's B Bishop Microm. Yeah, B Bishop Microm. Alright, let's go ahead and ask here. Function 1, sorry. Ask is the let's see what happens when I do Control R. It's probably gonna look like crap on this computer monitor. On this monitor, excuse me. Yeah. I'd say that's not really good. So let's go back to the original. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, so I do know for a fact the keyboard is fully functional now. I had a couple of keys that were acting up, especially the function keys were a little bit picky at times, so I had to fix that. Well, let's take a look at the commands here. You got F1 displays this message, which is help. F2 turns the sounds on and off. F3 retypes the line types. Basically like the command prompt, or if we typed in like dir something like dir or something like that, if you go to like another, you need to look back at these files again, or files and folders. Files and subdirectories, or directories, excuse me. Then you can just push F3, and then I put the command that you just typed in back on there, push enter. There's another way to get to the commands that you also typed. It's using the DOS key, insert for space / insert or -I, depending upon the MS-DOS operating system and stuff like that. I had to restart anyways. to watch TV downstairs.